A teacher beats you because you fail. Wait. A teacher is gonna beat you because you fail. Ne?
Ghana, and I'm coming to talk about child participation. Every child must participate in school. If they don't participate, they're not able to build their confidence in school. And when your confidence comes down, you are easily a target to bullies. And when the bullies catch you and you are not so confident, how are you going to report to your teachers? That question we must ask ourselves. Please, let us all be confident in whatever we do. And let us participate so we can socialize in everything we do. So you'll be able to also make a name for yourself in school. Thank you.
Any contribution there?
Good day, everyone. I am Unganitwa Unati, and I'm from South Africa. Just to add on what he just said, there is a girls and boys empowerment movement in South Africa. It's called GBEMA. So within the movement, we are taught to be each other's keepers. So you are your sister and your brother's keepers, right? So if perhaps you're being bullied or you are facing a certain issue at your school and you can't talk to an adult or a teacher or any other person, talk to your next keeper, right? It's easier to converse with somebody at your age and somebody that you trust, somebody that is able to also speak out. In that way, your concerns are taken higher further. And it's also important for you guys to know the protocols of your school. If you talk to this person and let's say you talk to the teacher and they don't take you to head, then you can talk to the next higher person, maybe the HOD, and if they don't, you take it even higher. It's also important that you know your SGBs, your SBST members, such that you are able to maneuver your way around such things if the people that you are talking to don't pay heed to you. Thank you.
We appreciate that. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Good day to everyone here with our respective seats. I believe we are not all in one seat. So I am Pumza Noluyanda Ndabeni from Cape Town in Western Cape. And my subtopic is violence in schools. And violence in schools. Because GBV is more based on what happens on other genders apart from females. Whereas violence is highly about females. So violence in schools is caused by different situations, different manners of home situations, or anything that can happen. The first cause is a home situation. We live in different homes. We don't have the same parents. Our parents are not built and given a mind of being the same. Some do drink alcohol. They do consume substances, but some, they don't consume any of substances. But either way, you can be abused from home, sober or intoxicated. So standing before you is a survivor. I survived many, many abuses from a very young age. And I'm happy to be here to educate you about how to for yourself. These causes make us feel angry. We become angry. We have these types of hatred that we feel like if anybody comes to you, it's like they're gonna do something that's gonna hurt you. So we then think we are protecting ourselves, whereas we are harming others, which can then leave them with mental illnesses, trauma, and make others even drop out from school. So if you're dealing with abuse, the only best way to get help is to get social workers and talk through your problems. Never ever allow your problems to control you, but you must control your problems. You must control how you feel and what you do, not them controlling how you act. Because if you let your emotions control you, you can damage many people's lives. But if you control your emotions, you can save many lives. So it's all in you. You alone as an individual can be a hero to many people. My mommy used to say, you don't need money as a Thanksgiving. You don't need anything to get appreciated. But in order to give appreciation, you can help other people. By helping other people, you become rich at heart and not poor. So when you're not poor, you give out love, which will eventually create a peaceful place, which will eventually create a home for everyone. With that, I say thank you.
Thank you. I won't take a contribution for now. Let's keep it moving.
Wow. Yes. Good morning, good evening, everyone. I'm very much sure that it's evening because, yes, it's evening. Yeah. So, my name is Leonard Mwimba, all the way from Zambia. And I would like to talk about climate change on education. So, firstly, I would like to start with food security. If we experience climate change, if there's floods or maybe there's drought, we won't have food. Then it will be that difficult for us learners to be schooling. Because you can't be schooling whereby you didn't eat. How are you going to be listening? How are you going to take how are you going to pay attention while the lessons are going on? Of that, you can't manage. So climate change is affecting us throughout the world. It's affecting us. Because if a lot of farmers in Zambia, we depend on farming. See, let's talk, if we don't do farming, then how are we going to survive? How are we going to take our children to school? Because if you did not eat, you can't even concentrate to what is going on to school. Therefore, I would also like to say on the mitigation, on how we can mitigate the climate change. Before I come to that, I would like to on how climate change is affecting us Zambians. So I would like to say where I'm coming from, Zambia. To be specific, Kafue district. There's a bridge that was blocked by floods. So it was that difficult for us learners to go to school because of impassable roads. It was that difficult for us to move from our places to go to school to attend lessons. So I would like to say, and I would like to emphasize that the well-able government should look upon these things that are affecting us from going to school. The mitigations that we can take to climate change, there are many mitigations that we can take by, we can be doing afforestation, planting more trees, destruction emission gases, by deduction emission gases. With that, I'm so very much sure that if we continue doing this, maybe if we make an organization, then we say that I know we'll be planting trees. Let's say in 1 year, maybe we'll be planting a number of trees. Then of that, we're going to achieve climate change because we'll be having good average of rainfall, of which our farmers, subsistence farmers, because we depend on farming. So by that, if we experience good average of rainfall, we're going to have food. Therefore, I submit.
We give thanks to you, Elder. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Listen, you are also welcome to present in your mother tongue. We are not forced to speak in English, yes?
Greetings to the house at large. Yeah, it's closer to my mouth. Greetings to the house at large. My name is Mkhali Mlangeni, and I'd like to keep it short and simple. And I'm here to present on behalf of my team, and we're from South Africa. The topic we chose today is accessibility of education. So firstly, what makes education accessible in our country? Firstly, is the financial aid schemes that are provided by the government and non-governmental organizations. For example, there are kids in our communities that aren't receiving adequate education due to the lack of fees. And what makes education not accessible is the documentation purposes. As you know, South Africa is a rainbow country, and we include all people from different countries. So we have received a lot of issues that other people from other countries cannot get documentation. Secondly, it is the thing of kids not being able to go to school. Due to the climate change that is happening in our country, kids cannot receive transport to travel from the schools and from home due to the change of climate change. And there's some festivals that are covered with water and they don't have shoes and enough infrastructure to go to school. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Of course I know you might be tired. My name is Shanita from Uganda, and my colleague.
My name is Shivan from Uganda. Hi everyone. Hi. So today we're going to talk about inclusive education. To begin with, inclusive education is the style of teaching which includes every student in that particular school that they enroll. For example, the disabled, you shouldn't enroll someone because of their color, because of their age, because of their size, because of their ability, disability, and all that. We should enroll everyone because each and everyone is capable of doing something. Even the disabled are capable of doing something in the school. And they should facilitate for their studying in school. Like, you shouldn't segregate them, you shouldn't discriminate them. You know, some teachers can all be rude to the disabled in some schools, and it is also seen in our country that not every teacher would like to associate with someone with a different ability. It's not like they're disabled and they can't do anything. No, they can do something at least. They can also study, and the government should work hard to facilitate for their studying and stay in school because it is necessary that they are ahead of them. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm here to give what the school should do in order to promote inclusive education. Introduce appropriate games for all children at school that promote inclusion. For instance, you cannot provide football pitches, you cannot provide volleyball pitches at school, yet you have disabled students in a school. At least you try to provide other games like draft, pool, of which those people can access, not only focusing about disabled people, but also mind about disabled children. Ensure that school-going children are catered for in accordance to the needs. You cannot send a child between my age, or like from 10 and above. You cannot send a girl like me to school without sanitary needs or like sanitary equipments, a girl. You cannot send a boy without sanitary needs at school. Whom are you sending that boy to at school? You want him or her to go and beg others? Now once he or she begs, they will say, this girl comes from a very poor family. Oh, so please and please, we need some things, the requirements we need for us to be at school in peace. All right, and I have some recommendations to the government. What should the government do so that we can so that they can promote inclusive education in schools. The government should work closely with the CSOs to ensure that appropriate education facilities and equipment are provided and available in school. Now, for instance, we were given 14 seats to come here. As in Uganda, we were supposed to come 14 children from Uganda. But because of the financial issues, the children weren't able. Now I have a question for the government. If the government supported and facilitated those children with the passports and all the documents for them to come this side so that they can represent their children behind in Uganda in the African Children's Summit, will this governance go off or would it go down? With only that money for them to facilitate other students or other children with passports and other documents, there were just like 6 missing. Or not only even 6, just like 5. If they provided those documents, they used that little money just to provide the documents and the passports, will their governance go off? I have a question for that. Right. The government, CEOs, and other actors should promote leadership roles for vulnerable children to practice leadership and get involved in leadership roles. There is no need of us segregating any other. There is no need of us discriminating each other. If we are saying that we are going to elect leaders, democratic, now why should we just leave out the disabled people? Aren't they people? Aren't they children like us? They are. So the government should be sure that in our government we also have those people who present the disabled people. All right. Ensure quality education that is meaningful for all learners, including those with disabilities. You cannot tell me that the teacher will come in the class, start teaching. So today we are going to start about the biography. When we have deaf people in the class, when we have people who cannot see, how are these people going to get what you're trying to give out? You're just going to come, give out, or like saying, I've sent the topic to your email. Now what are they going to discuss from there? All right, with those few remarks, I would like to stop here. Shanta from Uganda and Shiva.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cinderella Chongo from Zambia. And the topic is access to education. So there are ways that hinder access to education. And some of them we have poverty. So children who are coming from low-income families cannot afford to have school accessories and pay for the tuition for their school fees. Then we also have geographical location. For the geographical location, children who are coming from rural areas or other remote areas cannot cannot manage to walk long distances. And some schools are a few in some areas. Then we also have gender, where in some cultures, children, like girls, they believe that girls are not supposed to go to school unless boys. So girls are supposed to stay home and do the house chores. Then we also have war and conflict. So for war and conflict, it causes relocation of people, and which makes it hard for them to learn. So in Zambia, our government has come up with so many possible solutions for this. We have, it has introduced free education for everyone, and some organizations have partnered with colleges and universities for them to have access and be given tuition fees and for them to pay for the book allowances. Then there is also Okay, so government has also introduced programs where children can be given scholarships and bursaries for them to have access to higher education and learning. Thank you.
We're almost there. Here we go.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Akune Imadur. I'm from South Sudanese. So I'm very glad to attend the African Children's Summit. Who is not happy to be here? I hope all of you are happy also. And also the first thing I will do, I'm going to give thanks to the President of South Africa. Can you clap for hand to him? Clap. Because he's the one who have this plan to some country to come there. So it's very nice. And also to give thanks to the handsome and beautiful children of South Africa. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And also, in 2026, maybe this summit they are going to do in another country. Because there's a word always say that, treat but that. So you cannot do it this year and then another year you do again. So maybe we'll be in different country. And also I believe that Africa, they love themselves because I never came to South Africa, but this was my first time. So I would like to thank you for that. And also to give thanks to our security that are taking care of us. Will you clap for them, please? Okay, I'm going through my point. I'm here to present South Sudan. So I'm going to talk about better education. Yeah, better education. Better education can promote poverty. For example, in South Sudan, my country, or in South Africa, poverty is too common. And also I would like to talk about cultural beliefs. Some cultural beliefs, they believe that girls are not supposed to go to school. And also, if you are a boy and you can wake up in the morning, you will not clean your room, your sister will come and clean the room. And women is not good. So for you educated people, you need to learn that every person can clean. Because females and males, they are all human beings. So they don't need to say that this one is the work of women and man. So you need to do that. Even cooking. You man, you can cook. What is wrong with cooking? What if you cook? So it's good for you to cook. And also, I'm going to talk about child marriage. For some country, for my country, maybe you are in the school and man just come from anywhere and say that they want you and your parent will accept to marry you and now you leave your studies. Is it good for us to keep out? If not, I want everyone has girl to be educated. And also there's a word said that what a man do, a woman can do so. So I want you to be educated women. And also I'm going to give some advice to African leaders. Please and please educate us. In the near future, we are going to do best thing to you. We are going to make Africa to be a colorful country in the world. And also, I'm going to talk about the rights of the children in Africa. Some Africans, they're believing that child should have the right, but some don't believe. So you please, you need to give us our right. If your child having right, but if you have 35 years and your child having 5 years, please you accept her rights or his rights. And also, I'm going to talk to the parents who are present now. You please, you need to treat us very well. Some children, if they do something wrong and they think that my parent hate me, what. So caning cannot kill person. If your mother or your dad cane you because you done something wrong, please don't hit him or her because it's shaping your future. Because some children now are misbehaving and they're having maybe 16, 17. This one, okay, thank you for listening. Okay, I'm going to stop here and also let the protocol remain observed. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elizabeth. I'm from South Sudan. I'm a chaperone to Eliza. I just realized that I'm Elizabeth and she's also Elizabeth when we were here. So South Sudan is the youngest nation in Africa. We got our independence in 2011 from Sudan. We have a lot of issues. We are struggling. But also I want to add, like I had here, most of Ugandans, they know they're here. Uganda and Kenya, they are our second home. We also need children parliament in South Sudan. You need to advocate for the children. Most of the children are really suffering, but we are keeping our head up to make sure they are here. And that's why Elizabeth has come here. We are supposed to be 4, 2 children and 2 chaperones. But imagine, we realized only 2 of us. I also want to ask our elder, is our plaque there? It's not there. Okay, well, I'm going to find out later. But thank you so much for this program. I would like to extend my thanksgiving to Nelson Mandela Children Funds. They have been coordinating until we reach here. Also, they are saying that South Sudan is a bad place. You cannot travel in the Google, but it's not. South Africa has a beautiful embassy. I was there, and it was a very beautiful place. I was like, I used to see movies of freedom, and I've never experienced, like, I never thought to come here. But this is the second Europe, because the food I'm eating, the weather, our weather is hot. We left when it was 40 degrees. 40. That's why I kind of choose even. I'm feeling cold, but I thought here is also maybe 30 or 25. We are really. Heat wave is too much. Even recently in March, those of Eliza were stopped to study for 3 weeks because of heat waves. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you to all the elders. Allow us to formally close the session. And I'll tell you why. For 2 reasons. We need to prepare for the night program. But secondly, we know that the parents, the adults, the chaperones would like to go freshen up and have a moment. Now, this is what I'm going to ask from you before you depart. We need to have a closed session with all the kids, with all the children here. So the first people that we are going to release are the adults, the chaperones, so that they are able to then gather and finalize your own program. Chaperones, adults, allow me to say this because I didn't say it yesterday. Please do not deprive the children of their program. There were children here who were crying last night because their chaperone sends a text message saying, I'm in bed sleeping, I'm not gonna come there. This gathering is not for you, elders. You were invited here to support these children. I just have to call you to order in front of them before we go anywhere. So if you are leaving now to go prepare yourself, do exactly that. But do not deprive the children of their program. Because out of the 12 months in a year, we hardly have this. You only celebrate it in June 16 maybe, for a few hours. So please, don't deprive our children. Once you've gone somewhere, go. And if other facilitators are willing to come here, just ask them to support on your behalf.
Okay, so I just have an announcement before we all go out to lunch and whatever, or to dinner and whatever. The child leaders under the age of 18 are the only people that need to stay in this room. If you are 18 and a day, you can go, thank you. But if you are under 18, if you're 15, 16, 17, 18, no, 15, 16, 17, you can stay. If you're 18, you can go. So, Parliament, Children's Parliament, leaders in your country, things like that, please stay behind, do not leave. That's my only request.
Oh yeah, the children's representatives from the different countries who are here, the child parliament leaders, the child parliament presidents and the like, who are under 18 will need to stay. We just have a quick brief with you guys. And also, Okay, so all the child parliament leaders will stay. All the child parliament leaders to stay, please. All the child parliament leaders to stay. Yes, and yes, stay just for some time. What are the...
Are you done? No announcements? You have to announce anything else?
Elder Dumi? As it was not child.
Okay, yes, I understand. So let me
Recording
give you the
stopped.